Solving this quiz today. First we'll run through the page. You'll notice we're going to need a for loop to accumulate these, and you also know that the button isn't enabled yet, but once both of these are selected, the button will be enabled. So both of these have to be selected. They can't have a negative index. So right here we set the focus, and then we enabled the button when the index is not -1, so that means something is selected. So next we're working on the auto post back, which is when yes or no is selected, the checkbox will appear. So that takes away the check if no is selected. Alright, next we're going to work on the checkout. So first we're going to have to get the value of the text box. Get a variable to store the name. Get a variable for the shoe choice, the type of shoe you want. And then the total. Next we're going to need to loop through the checkbox in order to get all the ones that are selected. Oops. And we also want to know if they're selected, then to accumulate them. If they're not selected, we don't want to include them in our total. So if they're selected, we'll go ahead and accumulate it. Put the value of that, and then we're going to times that by the pairs, how many pairs we want. And we're also going to need the names of the shoes. And we're going to put a break tag in. So that'll get the value of the shoes we selected. So now we'll go ahead and start working on the total, which is just extra choice, which is gotten from that loop. And now we need to see, we're only going to output this line if the checkbox agree is checked. We're going to go ahead and output this line if that is checked. And we're going to have to add that to the total. And finally we have our total. Alright, so the total is complete. Now we just have to clean up our page. Alright, and we'll go ahead and run the page. And we had an error here. I missed an I, so we're going to add back an I into the for loop. We'll go ahead and run the page. Still have an error. Parenthesis needs to be here. The last thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to change this to currency. So go ahead and add the currency. And then we're also going to have to change the ors to ands for that. Notice it's not enabled yet, but now it will be. And now we have a fully functioning page. That's all.